2 receivers break to the left, including the tight end. A single receiver, Fehoko, to the right. We've seen him 2 games in a row with a fade into the end zone. Whistle.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, that is Matt Pryor.
It's the first time that we've seen this Cardinals offense look sloppy. I want to go back, Paul, to our meetings with Coach LaFleur. He said that a little bit of what they're doing now is some of the starters are prepping for week 1. But as a guy who's like a 2 or a 3, it can be difficult. So you can see the frustration on his face because they're playing sloppy. But it's hard to stay mentally locked in when certain guys aren't playing and certain guys are.
3rd down. Marking at nearly the 14-yard line of Dallas. Minshew scanning, throwing, middle of field into the end zone, and yet another flag flies. Rivaldo Fairweather into the end zone, but we'll see if it stands.
Pass interference, offense number 45. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So defensively, Dallas was in a defense called Red 9. So a red zone defense, keeping everything in front of him. Rivaldo Fairweather tries to find some open space, but unfortunately he extended his hands, and that's what caused that penalty.
So you saw Mike LaFleur with the play sheet. What do you have on the laminated play sheet? 3rd and goal from the 23 now. Minshew checks it down. Evan Hall spins out of 1 tackle, make it 2. And finally corralled near the 20-yard line. And Chad Ryland will come out for a field goal attempt after the gain of 3.
As frustrating as it is as a fan or an analyst watching, this is part of the game. Some people are actually showing why maybe the lights may be too bright for them or the opportunity isn't right for them. And so, yes, it is frustrating to watch if you're a fan of the Cardinals, but the players who are doing the right things, they're the ones who are going to stay on the team.
38-yard field goal attempt, and that is through. And Cardinals on the board. 14-3, Dallas with the lead just underway here in the 2nd quarter. Point practice with New Orleans this past week, Sam.
They are. They had a practice for a couple days, and there was a lot of fights happening, helmets being thrown. Both teams got fined $500,000. Paul, what would you if you got fined $500,000? What would happen?
Luckily, that was a team fine. I don't know what's being distributed. You know, that's where teamwork comes in, Sam. All right, everybody takes their own fair share for that one.
I'd be like, nah, man, you're paying, man. You did the fight. It wasn't me.
I mean, things break out on the sideline after 20 years on the sideline, Sam. I just hide in the kicker's net. That's my philosophy. All right, stoppage and play, but here's John Hussey.
Timeout. Dallas. This is their first charge timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout.
All right, now we're going to talk fight for 53 in a different way. We're not talking about joint practice and a half dozen to 10 fights breaking out like between the Cowboys and the Saints. We're talking about the fight for 53 cornerbacks, and it's brought to us by Desert Financial Credit Union. Keitrell Clark, Starling Thomas in the mix. Sean Murphy Bunting is playing tonight as well, Sam. Notable because Garrett Williams, presumably your starting nickel corner, came off pup this past week. He is not suited up and playing in this game. As again, this is Jaden Blue angling off the right side to the 25, a short game.
I played with Sean Murphy Bunting together in Tampa Bay, and probably was his rookie year, my last year. Unbelievably talented player coming off an injury from last season, and so he's getting his feet under him. Keitrell Clark's another name that people need to know out of Louisville. We were talking about the top 2 names, Melton and Burke. Coach LaFleur said, hey man, Keitrell Clark's doing a great job as well.
Yeah, he started a half dozen games as a rookie a couple years ago. Again on the ground, this time wrapped up and thrown down by the Cardinals. Cameron Robertson on the tackle after a gain of 3.
Last year, Garrett Williams played both inside and outside cornerback, although head coach Mike LaFleur told us this week, with Williams coming off the PUP list, they're going to take it day by day, but the plan is to mostly keep him inside, so that'll be an interesting possible rotation to keep an eye on between Williams and SMB.
Remember, he tore his Achilles last December. It is remarkable the progress he has made. 3rd and 3. Milton at time, throws, floats it to the near sideline, and racing down the sideline for the Dallas Cowboys is Camden Brown. The ball is loose and out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 1-yard line. Camden Brown, the sensation in the receiver room, a gain of 69. Joe Milton buying time and finding Brown in space.
Going back to that rush and coverage working together. They call that the B-gap honey hole. Joe Milton just steps up in the B-gap. Edge rusher goes too far upfield. There's no pressure upfield. And then the linebackers taking their eyes off of their work. So it's 2 breakdowns in coverage. On the back end with the DBs and linebackers, but also with the pass rush.
Here's Milton, 1st and goal from the 1. Quarterback keeper, QB draw, straight up the middle, and virtually untouched into the end zone. Dallas celebrating their 3rd touchdown in the first half.
Offside, defense number 13. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
And again, the 69-yard catch and run by Camden Brown from Joe Milton after Camden Brown had a pair of touchdown grabs against Seattle in Dallas's preseason opener, including a remarkable one-handed touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. Milton and this Dallas offense so far tonight looking sharp. There's Brandon Aubrey on for the extra point. And he splits the uprights, 4 plays, 78 yards in just under 2 minutes. And Dallas with the lead. So come back out. Minshew 8 of 10 for 76 yards passing. And then interception with Simi Fehoko. Slipped and fell to the turf. Here's Zay Weaver, far sideline. With the balloon to run, he is upended and somersaulted near the 30-yard line.
So we're going to go back to that big play. And how did the big play happen? Number 1, keep your eyes on safety Isaiah Oliver. We're going to watch him first.
The 1-yard line. Cowboys running in on the next snap. Smith Marset in motion, the give, Corey Kiner. He sheds a tackler, then is met and driven back just past the 30-yard line. Gain of 4. This Cardinals run game seems to be multifaceted. If it isn't the wide zone, then it's between the tackles with duo, and you're pulling interior offensive linemen.
True, but the way to stop that is you have to set hard edges, meaning the outside linebackers have to be able to shut down the front side of that wide zone, and the backside has to chase. Number 2, for the inside zone, you have to get penetration.
Pocket holds, Minshew plenty of time. Buying more time, throwing. He's got a man at the 40-yard line. It's Sean Bowman out across the 45. Cardinals first down, and recent signee in that tight end room, Sean Bowman out of Rutgers. 6'4", 249.
Yeah, spent time in the United Football League last season, Orlando Storm. Really good player, big, physical. But the problem with this defense that Arizona's facing is they're not letting anything over top. They have to shell over top. So we're seeing a whole lot of checkdowns, which is exactly what Dallas wants.
With a gain of 14, Minshew under center this time. Kiner off tackle left, met, and plows through the tackler into Dallas territory near the 47-yard line. Gain of 7.
Yeah, the way to break down that defense is usually with this kind of Vic Fangio, Christian Parker type of defense, there's always going to be one weakness, right? So there's going to be one person on the field that has a harder job. And you have to find who has that hard down. Gardner Minshew has to find. Maybe it's a safety that's one-on-one against a receiver. Maybe it's a linebacker that's one-on-one against a running back. They share that hard down. So as a quarterback, you have to find that person and then expose them.
Julius Wood making that tackle as Minshew to the air, rolls out. Once again, the tight end, Fairweather. Room to run, across the 40, out of bounds near the 34-yard line. Fresh set of downs, gain of 13, move the chains.
And a LeBron celebration. Okay, Rivaldo, I see it. That clear out actually really was Kobe first. Kobe did it first. LeBron kind of joked with it. Rivaldo Fairweather, he blocked. Then he comes out patiently, and then he says, hey, ISO, ISO. You know, he didn't do the, what was it? Was it Amari Cooper? Somebody said, hey, I want a one-on-one tackle situation. Didn't do that, but great play by Fairweather.
Minshew has the Cardinals on the move. First down at 10. Kiner, room to run, picking his way across the 30. Nice vision. Corey Kiner has proven to be a tough tackle in the preseason.
He is out of Cincinnati. He actually got a chance to call a couple of his games in college. He's a downhill runner, which is actually perfect for this.
5'9", 209, started his college career at LSU, then flourished at Cincy. Play fake, Minshew on the move. Throwing, got Smith-Marset shy of the sticks. He is met immediately and driven back.
Another receiver who's in that battle of trying to get maybe 5 or 6 receivers, Amir Smith-Marset out of Iowa. He's a returner as well, return specialist. But what's interesting, Paul, is chatting with Coach Mike LaFleur, he didn't put that much of an emphasis on special teams. Some coaches, they say, hey, man, we need that receiver to play on teams. LaFleur says, I want our receivers to go and catch the ball.
And block.
And block.
He is adamant about receivers blocking in the run game. 3rd and 3, can kind of find some room around. It does. It delivers a blow. Bowling ball picking up the first down, lowering the pads and lowering the boom.
He's physical, low to the ground, 5'9". But these runs are really a mentality. See the patience right there? Just that small cut, then he lowers his shoulder, and he's the one who's giving the contact. You don't want, as a runner, to accept contact. You want to make forcible contact. That's outstanding technique by Kiner. Sets the tone.
Gain of 6. He gets a blow. Evan Hall in there. Rolling right, pumping, scanning. Minshew now throws. Smith-Marset in and out of his grasp. Incomplete. Both these teams are really bullish on the depth in the receiver room. The caliber of receiver in today's NFL. I mean, Sam, give me your opinion, but it just seems to be elevating year after year.
Well, it starts in college. Really, probably starts in high school. You're seeing a lot of these trainers at receiver get really good in high school and then translate to college. It's different. It's easier to make a transition at receiver from high school to college or college to pros because you don't have to be as strong. You're not going against guys who are 350 pounds. You have to be quick, fast, and that's what the receivers are.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Hall on the draw. Straight ahead. Across the 20.
Caleb Downs had an interview earlier. He's a safety for the Cowboys, not playing. And he was going against George Pickens, going against CeeDee Lamb. He also went against Jeremiah Smith in college. And
I saw this.
Yep, and he said that Jeremiah Smith is just as good as those guys.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's saying Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State's All-American, is about to put the NFL on notice.
Oh, in fact, for the last couple years, could have put the NFL on notice. But that's that thing. At receiver, it's easier to make that transition.
3rd down and 7. The Cowboys 18. Minshew, shotgun snap, throws across the middle, caught. Reggie Burgel, nice grab. Dallas saying no. Cardinals say yes, and they'll mark it.
It could be frustrating for a receiver going against this bend but don't break defense. But you have to be comfortable taking these small gains. Little things done well make big things happen. This is a little win. 1st down on 3rd down. Not a touchdown, but all you need is right now you're 6 yards away. Maybe you don't get it right now, but just little by little, you start to break down the will of a defense.
Gain of a dozen. 1st and goal at the 6. Trey Wallace in motion. Kiner the back. Minshew now has to tuck it, run it, and dives forward near the line of scrimmage. Wanted to go to his right, but thought otherwise.
They were trying to go back to Semi Fehoko, but Cowboys defensively said, I'm confident they were like, hey, man, if you let number 80 beat you on a one-on-one fade ball, we're gonna cut you. You know, Minshew wanted to go to it, it wasn't there. So good job by the defense. That's film review. Fehoko scored touchdown after touchdown on that same fade ball. Cowboys adjusted.
Even if they're not watching film, they might have seen him in the Hall of Fame game on national TV. Kiner up the middle, trying to cram it vertical right near the goal line, and they're going to mark him just shy. We'll get a closer look here, Sam.
Yeah, I'd run
Gain of 5.
I'm running the same play. I mean, I'm setting a tone. They call this a drill play. It's like a power with no puller. So no puller, just everyone, you know, some people call it a duo.
Wow. Are we sure that ball didn't cross the plane?
Got a challenge.
Waiting for, yep, there's the challenge flag. Mike LaFleur, by the way, handling his own challenge flag. And sharing a moment with John Hussey right there. So the Cardinals in the middle.
Arizona is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was short of the goal line.
11 plays, 67 yards so far. Down for a quarterback sneak, but not before 2 flags fly in the backfield.
Full start. Offense number 37. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's the running back, Corey Kiner. Well, after 2 really clean games of football, Mike LaFleur started both post-game press conferences citing the false starts, the pre-snap penalties. I guarantee he's going to start this press conference tonight the same way.
And he may not stop talking about it for the entire press conference. He was frustrated when we talked to him this week because he felt like they had a sloppy practice. Well, it seems as if for the day that practice has translated to the game.
So it'll be 3rd and goal, just beyond the 5. Called 6, Minshew to the air, looking, time, now trying to buy more time. Pressure, and he's dropped. Dallas gets home for the sack. A loss of 8. LT Overton in there. And Tyrus Wheat join in as well. Here's Chad Ryland, 31-yard field goal attempt.
Yes.
And that is good. So Cardinals get a field goal out of it for the 17th year. Cigna Healthcare proud to support Kicks for Kids. Every successful in these last 4 minutes. Dialing the kick. And this time it'll be Jaden Bloom, just shy of his goal line. Up the numbers and across the 25 where he is met and thrown down. It's like Bryson Green on the tackle. Indeed, he got down. And Dallas's offense will come out with 3.5 to go here in the first half after the return of 26.
Interesting to see the situational football. Usually, if you're up by 15, end of half, you want to take your time. But this could be a great opportunity for both the Cowboys and the Cardinals to see their team in this end of half situation. So you practice these things, whether it's a joint practice or a scrimmage, but it's hard to get these reps in games.
Dallas when it's on 28, naked boot, Milton throwing, hit by Camden Brown, drilled. Wydett Williams Jr. comes in and lays some lumber, but it's a gain of 7 on 1st down.
That seemed like the same type of hit that we saw earlier, yet not a penalty. Outstanding play by Williams. Hits him in the midsection. They call that the strike zone. Doesn't lead with his head. Beautiful hit. That's football.
Wydett Williams was in the news earlier this week, that ruling in college football. He might be eligible to go back to Ole Miss. 2nd down and 3. He's given to Bull, stays on his feet, picks up the 1st down. Joe Jolari was in there. Dominic Williams, gain of 6, and a fresh set of downs for Dallas.
Paul, unpopular opinion, but I have no issues with Wydett Williams going back to college. People are making it seem like, oh, these grown men are going back to play NFL. He was just in college. Like, if you know, it's like he's not that far removed. Like he's played 6 years in the NFL and he's going back. No, man, he just finished college. Maybe he's going to get an opportunity to play 1 more year.
We should, you can have a talk and hand off to Blue, and he is thrown down, getting off a block and coming down to make the tackle for the Cardinals is the undrafted rookie Dominic Williams. The Browns have a player who was held out of the game today because he might go back to LSU.
This is the 2-minute warning.